occasion, the postilion reached its address, although the person to whom it was addressed was, at that moment, in solitary confinement. This person was no other than Babet, one of the four heads of Patron Minette. The postilion contained a roll of paper on which only these two lines were written: Babet, there is an affair in the Rue Plumet, a gate on a garden. This is what Brujon had written the night before. In spite of male and female searchers, Babet managed to pass the note on from La Force to the Salpêtrière, to a good friend whom he had, and who was shut up there. This woman, in turn, transmitted the note to another woman of her acquaintance, a certain Magnon, who was strongly suspected by the police, though not yet arrested. This Magnon, whose name the reader has already seen, had relations with the Thénardiers, which will be described in detail later on, and she could, by going to see Éponine, serve as a bridge between the Salpêtrière and les Madelonettes. It happened, at precisely that moment, as proofs were wanting in the investigation directed against Thénardier in the matter of his daughters, Éponine and Azelma were released. When Éponine came out, Magnon, who was watching the gate of the Madelonettes, handed her Brujon's note to Babet, charging her to look into the matter. Éponine went to the Rue Plumet, recognized the gate and the garden, observed the house, spied, lurked, and, a few days later, brought to Magnon, who delivers in the Rue Clocheperce, a biscuit, which Magnon transmitted to Babet's mistress in the Salpêtrière. A biscuit, in the shady symbolism of prisons, signifies nothing to be done. So that in less than a week from that time, as Brujon and Babet met in the circle of La Force, the one on his way to the examination, the other on his way from it. "Well," asked Brujon, "the Rue P?" "Biscuit," replied Babet. Thus did the foetus of crime, engendered by Brujon in La Force, miscarry. This miscarriage had its consequences, however, which were perfectly distinct from Brujon's programme. The reader will see what they were. Often when we think we are knotting one thread, we are tying quite another. End of Book 2, Chapter 2.